They say there's never been a small-toothed sandtiger shark found on an adult, mature, 2.5, 3 meter long shark found on the British coast ever before. That's what they say. So it's incredibly rare, and it's an amazing opportunity for them to study it.
Today we're talking to historian Dan Snow, who joined us just a short week ago on the show. Since then, he's been on the hunt for the head of a shark. He came across the carcass of what appeared to be a small-toothed sand tiger shark on his local beach and posted a picture on their Twitter. But when he returned later with a team to take it in to study, it had been decapitated. Good afternoon from us, Dan.
Hey, long time no see, guys.
Yeah, missing you. Tell us what's been going on.
Actually, the story's a little bit more complicated than that. You are going to enjoy this. I did not see the shark on the beach. I was at a Mother's Day treat with my kids and my wife. We went to see a, obviously, historically themed bit of musical theatre in London. Went to see Six. And during it, my phone started to buzz, so I didn't check it at the time. I checked it after I came out. A play about the decapitation of various queens. And I came out and everyone's like, there's a huge shark on the beach next to your house. And I was like, that's okay. Well, how annoying not to be there. That's a shame. I put a picture on the internet. And then some biologists got in touch. They're like, you need to get yourself down to that beach, secure that carcass because it's a once in a lifetime find. No shark of this variety has ever been found on British shores ever before on that scale. And so I had a few drinks, so I couldn't drive. There was a train strike, so I couldn't get a train. But I got myself down. By 11:30, I was down on the coast. I organised a posse, but in the intervening hour and a bit, since I'd sent sentries down, I'd organised it all, but I'd messed up. And someone in the intervening about hour had gone and chopped the head off. So we lost valuable information.
Well, how much information do you lose? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to kind of make light of this, but can you not just kind of push the body and the head back together and still get the information?
Yeah, but we haven't got the head.
Oh, the head went completely. It didn't just get chopped off. It got chopped off and taken.
No. Listen, I don't want to. I'm no expert in science, but it turns out the head and the old brain inside it are quite important.
I get that. I thought it was just a description of the injury that had happened to it. So, surely if you tell enough people, especially on the social media platforms, just how important to science it is that the head can be returned, could you ask people to just anonymously leave it somewhere or something like that?
Well, I think we all know that all of the local fishing lads in this part of the world listen to you two. And so this is what I'm doing on this platform right now. Desperate to find out, desperate to get word out there and see if anyone can help. No, I've done the BBC, I've done various things. We are doing our best. We're doing our best to try and see if anyone can return the head. That would be great.
How quickly will it decompose and be irrelevant if it's not actually treated properly?
Very soon. Like, we desperately need it. It would be as quickly as possible. So, and also, no crime's been committed. It's completely fine. There's no judgment here. People want to have a head of a shark in their house. I get that, I suppose. But so if you just let the scientists have a quick look at it, and then we will give it back to the people who got it. So just get in touch. No problem. You'll get your head back. No one's angry. It's all fine.
And just explain how rare it is to find a small-toothed sand tiger shark on a beach in this country.
Apparently, according to the experts who I've been working with, because they're coming to get I've got the rest of the corpse in a freezer, which was interesting. And so but they're coming to get that from me tomorrow. But they say there's never been a small-toothed sand tiger shark found on an adult, mature, 2.5, 3 meter long shark found on the British coast ever before. That's what they say. So it's incredibly rare, and it's an amazing opportunity for them to study it.
And do you have any idea why it ended up on the beach? Is there something that we can already have learnt about what's happening in the oceans for it to tip up here?
There is a suggestion, again, I've only just talking to them, there's a suggestion that, there are pockets of warm water that travel up the Gulf Stream, and you do end up with can you imagine how annoying it is for them? They're swimming along, and then they discover they're about 250 miles further north of where they're used to being, and they get to swim in the real cold water up here. And so that you get these kind of accidents of nature, which is one reason. But that they're desperate. They want to look at the brain to see if there was any disease or anything. So the head will really help them work that out.
Okay, well, your phone's buzzing, Dan. I mean, it might be someone who's
Someone's
already alerting you to the fact that they've got the shark. Also, does that mean if you've put the body of the shark in the freezer, have you got lots of freezer food that's going off?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's absolutely what has happened. I've had to put some freezer food from a well-known high street frozen food brand out, and it is just, I'm watching it slowly thaw in front of me.
Okay, maybe you could offer a swap.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Nice to talk to you, Dan. Thank you very much indeed.
So
just you come back next week. Any stories you've got?
Well,
always happy to see you.
Regular slot, hopefully, isn't it?
It could be, yes.
History doesn't stop happening, does it?
It doesn't.
No.
So look, if anybody has got the head of the small-tooth sandtiger shark, you heard what Dan had to say.
What?
No recrimination.
No,
You've not
but-
committed a
but
crime.
why did they do it?
Well, wouldn't you be tempted?
No.
Would you not?
No.
If
To cut off the head of a shark.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that I would either, but I'm sure it's such a rare thing. And you don't realise that it's actually so rare you're going to be hindering our understanding of, the future of the species. But you just think, God, what a memento that would be. And, cut it off
on
and off you
Mothering
go.
Sunday, take it home. Look, Mother, look what I've got. Found this on the beach.
Well, I don't know. One of my offspring gave me some goat's cheese.
Well,
So
no,
I
it's
was very
goat's
happy to
cheese.
see that.
Always a welcome gift, always. And I don't know. It probably smells a little bit like a shark's head by now, doesn't it? I'm sure.
Well,
you've
it
got-
would be whiffy. If you're not freezing it, then I would suggest that it wouldn't be that hard to track it down.
And I'd quite like to have been there when Dan was manoeuvring the rest of the carcass into his freezer. But I don't suppose images will be available on the Insta. Anyway, any thoughts on that? Welcome. We do have an